Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat Piston SR bike rack and how it fits on our 2022 Nissan Frontier. We have ours set up on the crossbars of our bed rack here, and it's going to mount to the bottom using these clamps as well as a couple of bolts. So it's going to be on our HD bars, but it is also going to be able to work on your factory elliptical crossbars as well, and round bars if you pick up the adapter. So let's check it out. It's a very robust bike rack. It's capable of supporting one bike up to 67 pounds with a 53-inch wheelbase and up to 5-inch tire width. It's going to hold on to them with a pretty unique design and this dual wheel mount. So one hoop holds on either end of the tire. It accommodates a bunch of different tire sizes as well. And if you have a bike with fenders, you can get it up here and on as long as you pick up the fender kit. Again, because we don't make any of that frame contact, if you want to mix and match this with carbon frame bikes, you totally can. If you have a really aggressive alternative frame style bike, you can get that on here too. And it's really just going to work well with any bike as long as it fits within those requirements. From here we can get our bike off and take a closer look at the rack without a bike loaded up. So right here you can see this Kashima coated strut. It's really nice, it's really well built. We push this lever, it's going to release our hoop. It doesn't make contact as long as we don't allow it to go any further. It does have the ability to go down further, but from here it will hold itself in place. So just be mindful of where you're putting this rack on your system if it's something similar to what we have here. But now I'll hold on to the frame of my bike, release the other button as well. You saw the bike move, which is why you want to hold on to the frame. And now I can get it up and off. With the bike out of the way, I'll ratchet this down and you can hear it making those micro adjustments as I do. On the side here you can see those different tire sizes that I mentioned just before, including that fender kit. So if we want to adjust that, we'll just use these on the back here, just pinch those together, slide it up and down to accommodate whatever size you want. When we get it down here, we do want to make sure that we clamp it in place, just like that, because anytime you're out driving, if this somehow gets activated or pushed, it will just fly open, and we don't want that happening. So we can close this one up as well, do the same thing, close it in place. I will actually just pop this one back open very quickly so we can show you the cable lock. It's integrated right here on the side of the tray, so we can slide this out, fit it through the frame of our bike, and it will just connect right here in the middle, where you can see there is a lock core already in there. So that's a great way to secure your bike to the rack. And we'll talk about the clamps in just a second, but those do also have security measures in place for you to lock the entire rack to the crossbars as well, so you can keep everything very secure in that way. From here we can take a closer look at the clamps and how they fit on our HD bars here. So they do a really nice job. There are a couple of different options as far as bolts and lengths that we can include with the T-track underneath as well. So it fits the HD bars really well. It can be kind of difficult just to get that tool in underneath, but we have a ton of room in our bed now because it's empty. If you have yours loaded up, it could be a little bit more tricky. But it is 3 pieces, which is kind of annoying because you do have to know where they all are, keep them in a nice solid place, and remember to bring them all as well as the tool you need to get them on. But it is a security tool like I mentioned before, so it will lock the clamps onto your crossbars. Overall though, if you are looking for a really well built and clean looking way to get a bike up to 67 pounds or up to 100 pounds in the event that you go with the hitch mounted adapter option, the Kuat Piston SR is definitely a solid choice. I like how it works with that dual wheel mount design. It's built really well. The only thing I might have any sort of complaints with are the clamps. I just don't love the fact that we have to remember to bring all those pieces of hardware with us wherever we go. And that tool is really small, kind of difficult to work with. So I wish maybe they would have just stepped up and integrated some clamps onto the actual rack itself. But with this design, we do get a little bit of variability depending on the crossbar spread that we need. So it's sort of a pick and choose thing if you like them or not. In any case, the Kuat Piston SR is really well designed, like I mentioned. I think it works really well with the system we have here. This again was just a quick look at the Kuat Piston SR and how it fits on our 2022 Nissan Frontier.